Alright, so part of now carrying an MP3 player means that I need to add even more music to this. Come on. You can see it's a cold, snowy day here, but we are going to go into one of the locally owned music stores here. Small business, got to support small business because it's better. And do some CD browsing. Stop one complete. White Stripes. Bad Religion. Can't go wrong. Let's go do a stop two, or I'll probably actually look for DVDs as much as CDs. But it is kind of hard to record in some of these places because of copyrighted music, and most businesses don't want you recording inside them for whatever reason. All right, stop two is another kind of small business in a sense. It's called the Peddler's Mall. It's a consignment shop, and it's usually where I do a lot of my shopping. Plus side to this is you can find little stalls like this that are just full of movies. The downside is I don't often like restock them, so you know, it's just mostly people selling their stuff. Some people like this buy up big lots of DVDs and resell them, so it is a bit of a task to go through all of it to try to find something worth watching, but I'm going to dig in. As I approach another massive wall of DVDs, basically what I'm looking for are a couple like specific titles or anything that I would consider like a comfort movie that I have to have in my collection. Now, I've got most of the must-haves that I absolutely have to have that I will rewatch time and time again at the house, but there's still some other titles missing from those collections. TV shows like Dinosaurs, you remember? Not the mama. Old Nickelodeon cartoons like Doug and Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that would be awesome to have if I can get the complete seasons and they're not too overpriced. Movies like Gumball Rally. One of my favorite car movies ever. The scene where they're ripping through New York. With just sound of the cars is one of my favorites, and it's what made me a car enthusiast. Like, it really cemented it.
It's gonna be a nice day.
But there are other great flicks I need to add. Maybe like The Green Mile. Look at that, $3 for The Green Mile. One thing I will say is when you're doing this, where are you at? Inspect the disc before you buy it. Make sure it's in there. And make sure it looks good. Heck yeah. I also want to mention that if you like vinyl, these are also great places to find vinyl. I mean, just so much more of it. People tend to collect it. It tends to be easier to find old vinyls than old music that I'm into. But it doesn't stop me from looking. It gives me something to do too. Example of why you check everything. $4.29, Counting Crows. No CD. It's kind of ironic because was that cat just flipping me off? Yep, kind of ironic, the CD art. This is how you should lay your CDs out, though, if you're selling them. So you can actually see the covers. It's really hard to read that, especially when it's lined up like that. So normally I would head to a place to look for more, but I've done a lot of thrifting and secondhand shopping lately because I've been pretty bored since the weather has been pretty much dog crap as it is in winter. But yeah, normally I would go to maybe half-price books and look around, try to find some must-haves or something that piques my interest. But not today. Today I'm just going to head home, throw the 2 DVDs I picked up into the collection, and then I will show you how I rip my CDs to the MP3 player, the Not Pod. I don't know. I'll eventually come up with a funny name for that thing and I'll just start calling it that. But so far, day 2 of using the not an iPod but looks just like an iPod Nano has been very enjoyable. Alright, so this is what a Sunder looks like. I know there's a glare on the screen and I'm not doing like screen capture or anything like that. Neat, just using the GoPro, whatever. But all my titles are named. It's got the year it came out, the genre, the album title, the album artist, blah 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 blah. And you can also, always change your preferences if you don't like how something's set up. So this has got pretty much everything, encoding rate, and you can go into the advanced stuff and do more advanced stuff. Yep, just gonna simply put the CD in, let it load up the info, hit rip. It does its thing. It takes a few minutes. Once it's done, pop it out, switch to new CD, and then we'll add it to the not iPod. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes total progress, and done. That simple. So music created. You can go into my music file here, and there it is, Bad Religion and the Gray Race. And you don't have to do this. I trust that it's going to work, but Muzak. We have Muzak. So we'll just repeat this process one more time. And we can take Bad Religion out. And put the White Stripes in. And hopefully my CD-ROM is playing nice today. I had to fully reboot my computer to get my CD-ROM to start working again. Oh yeah, it's working. I guess it was tired, boss, and needed a break. So, yep, there we go. Bang. Got all my disc info. Dead leaves in the dirty ground. Hotel Yoba. Finding it hard to be a gentleman. Fell in love with a girl. Expecting little room reunion fever. Blah, 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 blah. And it saves all your settings. So, just hit rip again. You can also do movies and I think maybe even games with this program on Linux. So that you can have your digital copies to your computer as well. And that's something I want to do, is I will start ripping movies eventually once I get a couple hard drives to put them on. But I need multiple terabytes of hard drive, and then I can start building my own computer server, which should be kind of cool. Alright, perform my simple drag and drop. Grab the 2 albums I ripped, drag them into the not an iPod, and turn that off so that we can eject it. Once it turns off, we'll be safe to eject, and I have music. So that's kind of a typical media hunting day for me. Give it a shot. It gives you something to do. You'll find stuff that brings back memories. You'll find, your, I guess, relaxing or your go-to TV shows and stuff. Having them on physical copy means a lot more, because that way you can always own it. And streaming services can't be like, you know what? I don't think you need this anymore, because we don't feel like paying for the rights for it anymore. But if they do that, you have the copy yourself, and you can tell them to suck it. So, hasta lasagna.